To recreate a historical garment, you would require not only a dress, but also the undergarments that were prevalent through history. These undergarments are very important not only for the creation of the historical silhouette, but also to protect your outer garments from all the oils and the sweats that your body generates. One of the undergarments that was prevalent through history was the chemise. The chemise was as important as all the layers of women's dress, including the stays, or also known as corsets, the accessories, the bonnet, the petticoats, and the dress itself. The chemise was most commonly made out of linen fiber, and some were made out of cotton. But of course, the linen chemise was still the most popular type of fabric to be used, as linen has the common properties of keeping you cool when it's very hot and keeping you warm when it's cold. Also, linen would absorb all the sweat and oils from the body and protect your outer garments. Please join me into the world of making a chemise. For this project, I have used Laughing Moon pattern for the chemise and for the stays. I have printed out and placed all my pattern pieces onto the fabric, pinning them carefully and then cutting them. I have used the method on the pattern itself to place all the pattern pieces to utilize the most amount of space on fabric. At the time of making this project, I didn't have fabric scissors, and that's why I'm using very tiny scissors that I had in my toolbox. I feel like it's the most logical project because first, to get a most accurate historical silhouette, you would need undergarments, and this is like the most important undergarments. This is like the easiest thing that I could start with, and hopefully it's not gonna be the end of my sewing career. And also, why did I even wanna start pursuing this whole thing? Like, oh my god, I don't actually sew. Never did I think that I will sew, but you know, you never know. Well, the reason why is because first of all, I didn't want to invest in sewing as a hobby, but I actually had a sewing machine. I was gifted a sewing machine when I was young by my parents. I think it was New Year's. And finally, after years of not using a sewing machine, I used it. Now that all pattern pieces are cut, I am preparing a piece that I will be cutting straight. For that, I am removing one strand from the fabric to create a straight line for me to then use as a guide to cut it. To prepare the straight piece, it was a very meticulous process of removing the thread from the fabric, and for that I used a needle, and as you can see, it took me some time to prepare a very tiny piece, but at the end this piece was used to encapsulate the drawstring on the neckline. At the beginning of the 19th century, no sewing machine was invented, but as a person of the 21st century, I have a sewing machine. I did not purchase the sewing machine for the purpose of creating the chemise or my Regency dress. I already owned the sewing machine, therefore I've decided to incorporate my skills of sewing on the sewing machine and also my hand sewing skills in this project, because for me the time is very important. I am so grateful for my sewing machine because I've saved a lot of time. I'm starting the sewing process with attaching first the straps of the chemise using my sewing machine. Not a very historically accurate method, but it was very good for me as a beginner. After attaching the shoulder straps, I am working on placing all the sleeves onto my fabric as per the instructions of the pattern. After the sleeves are attached, I am working on gussets. And there is a very clear instruction on how to attach the gussets on the pattern itself, but unfortunately, if I didn't have these instructions, I would have not known how to do this. It was very complicated, but I managed it. So this is my first attempt at stitching the gussets. I would say the first one wasn't that great. The second one, on the other hand, was a lot better. Like you can see there is a bit less puckering. After attaching the gussets, I am pinning the back and the front of the chemise to then sew them all together. And here's the halfway through of what I made. This is still not a full-on finished garment, as there's still a lot of loose threads hanging out. The insides are raw and need finishing, and of course a drawstring needs to be added at the neck to gather everything. It was also very important to wash the chemise very often, and as a matter of fact, the chemise was the most commonly washed item out there. Therefore, it was quite durable, or at least made very well. When it comes to a chemise, because it was washed so much, and obviously as a 21st century girl, I'm gonna be washing my garment in a washing machine, it is important to felt the raw edges of the fabric that are inside your garment, so that your garment is not just gonna be disintegrating after every single wash. I've used a felt stitch technique on this garment to finish all these raw edges, and I feel like it was very nice and very relaxing, especially after sewing on a sewing machine. I am using a linen thread and using beeswax to make it stronger. I would say finishing raw edges was very therapeutic for me. It was very relaxing, and I was doing it for a while, and I think this what took me the longest time to do, not to sew the whole chemise, but actually to finish all the raw edges so that I can use this chemise longer than intended. And actually later on, because it was a very hot summer, I use this chemise very often, sometimes even every day, because this is the way to stay very cool in hot summers. And I really would love to continue using the felt stitch on my other garments to finish all the raw edges, because I think it makes so much difference at the end. I hope you enjoyed making the somewhat historically accurate chemise for my Regency project, and I hope to see you in my next video, where I will be showing you how to make a petticoat. I hope you can join me in this journey of making a Regency dress and all the important bits for the Regency dress and that beautiful Regency silhouette. And I see you in my next video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye everyone.